Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle, about to preview some recent arrivals in my shop and the ones I'll be working on this week, and hopefully you'll see one in there that you'd like to watch. And if you'd like to watch it, the best way to do that is to subscribe and hit the notification button. That way when I post all of these being repaired, or at least the ones I'll tell you about in terms of a video, then you'll be able to see them show up in your notifications, and you'll have an opportunity to go look at that. Well, it seems like there's a lot of pen reels that came in over the last few days. We'll take a look at them, and then some of the more unusual ones, and we'll see what we can do. First one up is an older pen. It's a Pen 430 SS. The problem with this one is it's every now and then it bottoms out. Right there, you can see it. It's bottoming out, and you'll hear the click. That usually means that there's something going on in the spool, because these have a little adjuster in here, and there's nothing down here. There's a crossbar it actually sits on, so there's probably a shim washer underneath the spool here. I'm going to have to go take a look at that. There probably is a shim washer or something that belongs in there to raise the spool up a little bit and keep it from bottoming out. So we'll take a look at that one. And also in that same batch, well, this one I'm not even quite sure what it is. I think it's the 720. It's the smaller of the earlier edition black and gold series. This one has that annoying bail trip that there's a double spring load. There's a spring load for an arm that comes down here, and then there's the load for the trip lever up top. Well, some of the pieces are in the tray here. They came along. Most of them didn't come along. I'm going to have to figure out what's missing and what can be done to restore that for that owner. So we have two pen reels, two spin fishers. We have a few spin fishers that have come in, and we'll see what we can do with them. Next one comes in from Ken. Ken is sending me in a beautiful number 9 Pen Peerless, just in for a tune-up. There's kind of a little grinding going on in there. I'd say it's probably time that it needs service. Beautiful reel. We'll take care of that one for Ken. While I'm previewing these videos, let me just take a moment to stop and thank our first responders and essential personnel, and thank them for all they're doing to keep us safe during the pandemic. That's all of our uniformed services, the firefighters, the police, the EMTs, the first aid squads, and the like, as well as all of the essential people in the hospitals and the long-term and acute care facilities and the like. Thank you. So Bill sent me in a quick 110, damn quick, bail problem. It's missing its line guide, it's missing its tie down. I don't know if those parts are any longer available. I may be able to fabricate something. I think I mentioned in the past, I'm kind of a pack rat. When I get a reel that breaks and it's time to give up on it, generally I will part out things, and every now and then I can go into a magic box here and find a piece in there that may or may not fit. And if they do, we get lucky. If they don't, well, we're no worse off. But there are some line guides I know from some spinning reels that I've taken apart. I'll see if we can match them up if we can't find the original pieces and parts. I don't know if we'll do a video on it. Maybe we will. We'll have to see. So the next one up then is a Shimano. It's the TR200G. This is a fun reel. I like it a lot. I think maybe I've talked on one of the other previews. This one came in with a rubber cap because it had lost its original cap, and I went on to eBay and was able to find a replacement cap and spring. So why bother, right? That rubber piece is doing well. Well, if you look inside the cap here, which is kind of hard to tell, there's a stud inside there, and that stud is the spool adjuster, and this cap doesn't have it. So as a result, we have too much play in that spool. So that cap will take care of that. We'll go on to rebuild this reel, and I'll probably do a video on that one for you. If you have a question on any of these reels, then please leave them in the comments section. I'll be all too happy to provide you with an answer if I know it, and direction if I don't. I'll try and tell you who might have that answer for you. So this one came in. This was dropped off at my shop. This one's got an interesting problem. You can see all of the line is spooling to the top. Now, manufacturers do provide shim washers for reels to level out that spooling. What this means is that the washer underneath here is either compressed or missing. As a result, this spool drops down too far, and when it drops down too far, well, the line will never get to the bottom on the top of the stroke. So we'll just take a quick look, see what we got here. Well, we have a washer, but boy, that washer is paper thin. That needs to be elevated, if you will, and we'll go get the replacement. This is the 850 SS spin fisher. It's one of the biggest in the line, and I had a nice conversation with Ron when he dropped it off, and we'll do a full rebuild on this. And I'm going to check my library. If I don't have the rebuild on this reel, well, I'll make sure to go do that. And Ron also dropped off this one, and interestingly enough, this one's kind of bunching from a line standpoint. He's got braid on this, but he just said, well, this one's just time to tune up. Yep, seems like it's just time to tune up. Oh, this is the one with the anti-reverse. There's no anti-reverse here. Or occasionally there's an anti-reverse, I guess. And that's a function of the anti-reverse dog. And if you're working on these, some of these models, this is the 4500 SS, some of these models have different anti-reverse dog setups inside of it. So make sure that you take the reel off, take the rotor off, and understand what the dog is before ordering the part. Otherwise, you may be going back on a secondary order. So that's Ron's. And Joe sent me in a bunch of reels. Joe regularly sends me in a bunch of reels. He keeps them well done. Here's an offshore angler high tide, and he just said this one's time for a tune-up. Yeah, it's a little noisy. This is a Bass Pro Shop reel, and it's a bait feeder. We'll do a video on this one because I know I haven't done a video on that one at all. And we have a couple of pen reels, I think he said. So about the Mitchell. Here's the Mitchell 302. I've done enough of the Mitchell 302s. I think that one's just in for a tune-up. All of these, I believe, are just in for tune-ups. And folks ask, how frequently should you tune up a reel? Well, the answer is you should tune that reel up annually if you fish it heavily. And you should certainly change out your line and at least make sure that the reel is oiled and lubed on a regular basis. If you fish the reels a lot, well, then you want to tune them up mid-season as well. But annually is a good practice to get into. This is a Senator. It's the special Senator, or it's the 112H2. They went through a couple of different designs on this one. This is a nice 3/0 size reel. And we'll just make sure that that gets cleaned. We can see that there's good evidence of some sun fade in there or UV fading, and it just needs to be serviced. Nice reel overall. Joe's also sent in another one here. It's the Penn Squall. I think what Joe was telling me on that Mitchell 302 was he dropped it in the sand. And we've got a sand reel there, so we'll see. Okay, so we have another one. This is the 113. This is the 4.0 version of the one that we just saw. It's not a Penn Squall, but this is the bigger one. Same idea, so it's probably in a pole holder next to the other one on a boat. And very nice reels overall. They'll last forever if properly maintained, and we'll give that proper maintenance as we can. I've done videos on the 3.0s and 4.0s, so I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. If you'd like to see one, let me know. And then the last one is a Daiwa Saltiga, and his note here is that it's just time to have this one serviced. And I'm sorry, it's the Saltist. But at any rate, the Saltist will be serviced. And here's a good note here. When you get done with your fishing trip, spray this externals down with a penetrating oil like a WD-40. That way you don't get the salt and the like to accumulate on the screw parts. And if you have a handle like this, sometimes that will get stuck. So take the preventative action of rinsing it down with fresh water first, and then a quick spray with a product like a WD-40 will certainly help to eliminate any kind of corrosion or action that goes along with it. So those are the reels that just recently came in. I'm looking forward to doing a lot of service. There's several videos that you'll see come out of this. And again, the best way to do that is to subscribe. And if you do subscribe, hit the notification button. Finally, if you have reels that need to be serviced and you're not up for doing it yourself, well, a lot of folks like you can send those reels in, and I'll be happy to service them. So if you'd like some service information, please contact me on the business card that follows, and I will provide you with where and how to send it and the service rates and so on. So please, everybody, stay safe, stay well, and stay watching. If you're a first responder, essential personnel, thank you again for everything it is that you do. And everybody else, please stay safe and have a great day. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle.